Growth and productivity are two powerful forces that shape not only the trajectory of our personal lives, but also the collective strength of communities, organizations, and even entire societies. When we talk about growth, we're speaking of a journey, an ongoing process of learning, adapting, and evolving. Growth is about challenging ourselves to move beyond our comfort zones, to reach new levels of understanding and skill, and to expand our potential. And productivity is the engine that drives that journey. Productivity, at its core, isn't merely about getting more done. It's about creating value, achieving goals, and making tangible progress toward a purpose or vision. When we combine growth and productivity, we unlock the potential to achieve truly transformative results. Embracing growth requires us to have a vision for the future and the courage to pursue it, no matter how daunting the path may seem. Growth often begins with self-awareness, with the understanding that there is always room to improve, to learn, and to adapt. This realization is humbling because it forces us to confront our limitations, but it's also empowering because it opens us up to endless possibilities. Growth is not a destination, it's a journey that continues throughout our lives. When we commit to growth, we're committing to a mindset that values curiosity, resilience, and perseverance. Productivity, on the other hand, is about channeling our efforts in ways that move us closer to our goals. It's about prioritizing tasks that matter, managing our time effectively, and staying focused on what truly counts. Productivity isn't about doing everything, it's about doing the right things. In a world filled with distractions, the ability to focus on our priorities, to work with intention and purpose, is a skill that can significantly accelerate our growth. Productivity then becomes the bridge that connects our goals with our actions, ensuring that our efforts are not only well-directed but also impactful. To encourage growth, we must be willing to embrace change. Change can be uncomfortable, but it is often a necessary part of growth. It requires us to adapt to new circumstances, to rethink our approaches, and to step out of our comfort zones. Growth demands that we stretch ourselves, that we take risks, and that we challenge our assumptions. In this process, we learn to navigate uncertainty, to develop resilience, and to trust in our own ability to adapt.
Each time we face a challenge, we gain experience and insight that prepares us for the next step on our journey.
One of the most important aspects of growth is setting goals. Goals give us direction, they provide us with a sense of purpose and motivation. When we have clear goals, we know what we're working toward, and this clarity can be incredibly motivating. Setting goals allows us to measure our progress, to see how far we've come, and to keep moving forward. But goals alone are not enough. To truly encourage growth, we must also develop the habits and routines that support our journey. Habits are the building blocks of success. When we establish positive habits, we're creating a foundation that supports our growth and enables us to be productive in a sustainable way. Productivity is often seen as a personal trait, something that we either have or don't have, but productivity is actually a skill, something that can be developed and improved over time. Being productive requires discipline, focus, and an understanding of our own strengths and weaknesses. It requires us to manage our time effectively, to set priorities, and to stay committed to our goals. Productivity isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's about finding ways to make the most of our time and energy so that we can achieve more without burning out.
To encourage productivity, we must learn to manage distractions. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. From social media to email notifications, there are countless things vying for our attention. But productivity requires focus, and focus requires us to eliminate or minimize distractions. This means setting boundaries, being mindful of how we spend our time, and making a conscious effort to stay focused on the task at hand.
When we're able to focus, we're able to work more efficiently, and this efficiency is what allows us to be productive. Growth and productivity are not isolated concepts, they are deeply interconnected. When we grow, we become more capable, more skilled, and more confident, and this, in turn, enables us to be more productive. And when we're productive, we make tangible progress toward our goals, which fuels our motivation to continue growing. This positive feedback loop creates momentum, allowing us to achieve more than we ever thought possible. Growth and productivity feed off each other, creating a cycle of continuous improvement that drives us forward.
Encouraging growth and productivity also involves learning to manage our energy. We often think of productivity in terms of time management, but energy management is equally important. We all have limited energy, and how we use that energy can have a significant impact on our productivity.
When we're energized, we're able to focus, to think clearly, and to work efficiently. But when we're drained, our productivity suffers. This is why it's important to take care of our physical and mental well-being, to get enough rest, to eat well, and to exercise regularly. When we manage our energy effectively, we're able to stay productive over the long term. One of the biggest obstacles to growth is fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. But fear is a natural part of the growth process. When we're pushing ourselves to try new things, to take risks, and to step outside of our comfort zones, it's normal to feel afraid. The key is not to let fear hold us back. Instead, we must learn to embrace it, to see it as a sign that we're on the right path. When we face our fears head on, we build resilience, and this resilience is what enables us to keep growing, even in the face of adversity. Productivity is not just about what we do, it's also about how we think. Our mindset plays a crucial role in our ability to be productive. When we have a positive, growth-oriented mindset, we're more likely to stay motivated, to persevere through challenges, and to stay focused on our goals. A growth mindset allows us to see setbacks as opportunities for learning and improvement rather than as failures. This mindset shift can have a profound impact on our productivity because it enables us to approach our work with a sense of optimism and determination. Encouraging growth and productivity also means embracing a culture of continuous learning. Learning is the foundation of growth, and when we make learning a priority, we're setting ourselves up for success. This doesn't mean that we have to go back to school or take formal classes. Learning can happen in many different ways. We can learn by reading, by observing others, by seeking feedback, and by reflecting on our experiences. When we approach life with a learner's mindset, we're constantly growing and evolving, and this in turn makes us more productive.
Another important aspect of growth is resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to keep going even when things get tough. Growth is rarely a smooth, linear process. It's often filled with ups and downs, with moments of doubt and frustration.
But resilience allows us to persevere, to stay committed to our goals, and to keep moving forward, even when the path is difficult. Resilience is what enables us to learn from our failures, to adapt to change, and to keep growing no matter what challenges we may face. Productivity is not just about individual effort, it's also about collaboration. When we work together, we're able to achieve more than we could on our own. Collaboration allows us to leverage the strengths and skills of others, to learn from each other, and to tackle challenges together. When we're able to collaborate effectively, we're not only more productive, but also more innovative. Collaboration fosters creativity, encourages new ideas, and allows us to approach problems from different perspectives. As in this way, productivity becomes a shared effort, something that we can achieve together. To encourage growth, we must also embrace feedback. Feedback is a valuable tool for learning and improvement, but it can also be difficult to receive. It's natural to feel defensive or discouraged when we receive feedback, especially if it's critical. But feedback is one of the most powerful tools for growth because it allows us to see ourselves from a different perspective. When we're open to feedback, we're able to identify areas for improvement, to learn from our mistakes, and to make meaningful changes. This openness to feedback is a crucial part of the growth process, and it's something that can greatly enhance our productivity. Growth and productivity require us to be intentional about our actions. Intentionality means being mindful of our choices, of how we spend our time and energy, and of the goals we're working toward. When we're intentional, we're not just going through the motions, we're making conscious decisions that align with our values and priorities. This intentionality is what allows us to be productive in a way that's meaningful and fulfilling. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters. Encouraging growth and productivity also involves embracing failure. Failure is often seen as something to be avoided, but in reality, it's an essential part of the growth process. When we fail, we're given an opportunity to learn, to reflect, and to improve. Failure teaches us resilience, it helps us develop a growth mindset, and it pushes us to keep trying even when things don't go as planned. When we embrace failure, we're no longer afraid to take risks, to try new things, and to challenge ourselves. This willingness to fail is what allows us to grow, to innovate, and to be productive. Productivity is not just about achieving goals, it's also about enjoying the journey. When we're productive, we're not only working toward our goals, but also finding fulfillment in the process. Productivity gives us a sense of purpose, a feeling of accomplishment, and a reason to keep going. When we're able to enjoy the journey, we're more likely to stay motivated, to persevere through challenges, and to keep growing. Growth and productivity are about creating a life that's meaningful and fulfilling. When we're growing, we're constantly learning, evolving, and improving. When we're productive, we're making progress, achieving our goals, and creating value. Together, growth and productivity allow us to live a life that's not only successful, but also deeply satisfying. They give us a sense of purpose, a reason to keep pushing forward, and a foundation for lasting happiness and fulfillment. This speech provides a rich exploration of how growth and productivity support each other, setting the stage for sustained personal fulfillment and collective impact. Let me know if you'd like even more content on any specific aspect, such as strategies for maintaining motivation, exploring different types of productivity techniques, or a deeper look into overcoming barriers to growth and productivity.